Hey, what's up, Fave? It's Christian Clark with Noah.com. Hey, man, by the time you guys travel to Orlando, I think the minimum amount of time you guys will spend there is 5 weeks. That's not easy for anybody to be away from their family for that long, but I think especially people with young kids. Was this with everything going on, a difficult decision for you to make?
Man, it definitely was. 5 weeks is definitely a long time, and with me personally, I have my son's birthday coming up on the 22nd, and my daughter's birthday is on the August 14th. So it was definitely a tough decision, but I got a blessing from my family to just go out there and do my job, and they'll hold it down for me while I'm away. I'll probably FaceTime my kids, probably every day. Well, my family probably every day I'm down there, and spend a couple of hours doing that. But it'll definitely be a tough transition for everybody. So I think we probably just have to look at the good part about it, and just go out there and do our jobs.
Fletcher, go ahead.
Fletcher from NBC. How are you? If you could maybe talk, I know there was a photo of you at one of the marches. If you could just talk about that experience, and also what the NBA is doing with slogans on the court and allowing players to have slogans on the back of their uniforms, and really kind of athletes being at the forefront of pushing for change and bringing about a lot of positive change. I know that that's a lot to digest in that question.
Right. Well, the march that I participated in, I actually knew the guy, Rashad, who got killed. I'm one of my best friends is his cousin, so I knew him, and that was in my neighborhood where it happened at that Wendy's in Atlanta. So that kind of hit home for me, and a lot of people that I knew wanted to put together a kind of a protest march, and I participated, and I kind of use my platform to go out there and try to bring attention to what happened. And it was kind of something that just hit home to me, and I think the NBA is doing a great job at just bringing attention to what's going on, and letting players have a voice, and kind of let everybody have a voice. And I mean, it's a tough situation. Excuse me, that's going on, and it's sad, man. And people are doing their best. The NBA is doing a great job of just letting guys express how they feel and supporting them with the protests and what they're putting on their social media pages and everything. So I think the NBA is doing a great job.
David Grubb, go ahead. All right, Doug Mouton, go ahead, please.
Okay, I got it. I'm sorry. I'm ready. Derrick, I just wanted to ask you about the health conditions and the concerns that you had going into the bubble. Is there some concern that for younger athletes, the high schools, the colleges, that maybe there's some signal that, okay, those with less protection are going to feel empowered to go out and play? How much of a responsibility do you feel, does the NBA, did you guys discuss in those meetings about what the signal sends when you go out to play again?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys have concerns about going inside that bubble, especially with the coronavirus and everything going on. I think the NBA is doing as best as they can right now in a tough situation, as far as just trying to keep everybody safe while also, making sure that we finish the season out. And I think a lot of teams, a lot of high school teams and college teams and players, whatever, they're going to be paying attention to see how it goes, because they got to start their season up soon. So I think there are concerns. I don't really have any right now. But I think there are a lot of concerns. A lot of guys probably feel that, they probably won't trust it as much, because they don't know if they'll be able to, trust certain players following the rules and following like what we're supposed to be doing. But I mean, like I say, the NBA is doing the best they can. We can't sit here and complain about it. We just got to go out there and just stick to the game plan, stick to the rules, and just hope for the best. Because I mean, the NBA really could just call it off and be like, we had not having the season, but no, they taking it upon themselves to try to make the best out of a bad situation right now. And like I said before, man, of course there are concerns, but I don't really have none right now.
We still don't know. Right now, you go tomorrow, and we still don't know if Alvin Gentry is going to be allowed to go with you. Is not knowing any kind of a problem? I mean, you don't know what it's going to look like when you get there, and you may or may not have a coach. Is that uncertainty an issue?
That's a good question. Not really. Not right now. I mean, coach got to do what's best for him. You know, I don't think anybody will hold that against him if he chooses not to go. You know, he got to do what's best for him. But as far as the uncertain part, man, for the past 4 or 5 months, that's all it's been. Just nobody knows anything right now. You know what I'm saying? So with going to Orlando, I mean, I don't know what to expect. No one knows what to expect. We can just hope for the best, hope that everybody, you know, remains safe and remain healthy, and, you know, kind of stick to the rules of what they got going on, and hopefully no one catches the virus down there and it spreads. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but, you know, like I said before, man, we just hoping for the best in a tough situation right now.
You guys have still not got to practice as a team. It's just been individual stuff. I think if everything goes according to plan, Friday, I think, is when you guys practice. But do you feel like that period of a little less than 2 weeks? I mean, I know there's no perfect circumstance right now, but is that enough time to get your body right to play 5-on-5?
That's a good question too. I think that, you know, what we've been doing now individually, kind of leading up to the 5-on-5 practices and the real practices, I think that, you know, I think guys will be ready. You know, we probably still have to take it slow, get guys back used to playing 5-on-5 high intensity basketball. So it'll probably take a couple of weeks, but I think when our first game, July 30th, I think when that first game rolled around, I think guys will be ready. I think everybody in that bubble will kind of be ready. And I just pray that everybody's be healthy, stay healthy around that time.
Dave, obviously the way that you guys played defensively was a huge reason for the big turnaround from the start of the season to the way that you guys were playing in March when everything got stopped. What do you think were some of the biggest keys to the way that you guys just improved so much at that end of the floor?
I think guys got comfortable communicating with each other on the defensive end, built that trust on the backside of the defense, and, you know, guys like Drew and Lonzo, they did a great job of just setting the tone early, coming out guarding guys, Drew guarding the best guy on the other team, and with me myself just communicating, directing guys on the backside, making sure that I control the paint. And I think guys just bought into the system, started developing trust, communication, and we just started playing hard and just having fun and just believing in that system. I think that's what helped turn it around.
Yeah, part of the discussion going into the bubble is guys like yourself who's going into free agency once the season is over, and if it's even worth it to go in there. How much did that factor into your decision, whether you wanted to go knowing that you're going to be entering free agency once the season is over?
I definitely thought about it. You know, going into a free agency, you don't want to have an injury. You know, you don't want to go out there and, you know, have a bad showing, because that can affect you going into free agency. So I definitely thought about it, but no, right now I trust my body and I trust what I've done up to this point, and hopefully I don't think anything will affect me right now. But it's definitely something to think about. I know a couple of guys already said they wasn't playing because of they have free agency coming up and they don't want to jeopardize that. I mean, it was a tough decision. I just said I'd go out there and play just to see how it go, and, you know, I just hope and pray that I don't get hurt pretty much. But other than that, I'm ready to go.
I have 2 questions here. The first one may be quick and easy. I don't know if you've worked out in Zion's group, but what have you seen from him? Obviously, the pictures have kind of gone viral. It looks like he's in pretty great shape. Have you seen him, talk to him since you all started practicing? And then I have one follow-up question.
Yeah. No, I'm not with that group. I have seen him in the gym, though, after they come off the court. He's in the weight room, in the training room, and, you know, his body has definitely improved. he slimmed down a lot. He looks more toned, I should say. You can see like he really took advantage of the break, and I mean, I don't know what he did. Probably changed his diet, probably worked out more or whatever he did. I don't know, but he definitely looks different. He definitely looked slimmed down, like he lost a couple of pounds, and he looks like he's ready to play, ready to dominate again.
Follow-up is that obviously, while I think we're still all waiting on some type of decision on Alvin Gentry, Jeff Bzdelik is not going, and he's kind of known as the defensive coordinator of your team. Is a guy who's kind of the anchor of the defense. Is that more responsibility on you since he won't be with you all in Orlando?
Definitely, I think so. I know guys on the team look to me and Drew for the defense, and no, only thing we can do is just communicate with the guys. You know, just try to share our experience with guarding certain situations, guarding teams, guarding certain players, and we got a lot of good defenders on this team. So I think he'll still be with us through Zoom calls and stuff before the game with game plans and how to guard teams and scouting reports and stuff. But now I think we got a good group of guys who are smart defensively, who plays hard, and you know, hopefully we can make up for that, for him not being there with us.
Hey, Grub, go ahead.
My next question, I guess, Derrick, I don't know physically, it seemed like we didn't get the best of you at certain times. We know you recovered from injury, and then, of course, dealing with the tragedy of losing your mother. Do you feel like this time has allowed you to physically heal, but also mentally kind of refocus where you kind of don't have the opportunity to do that in the midst of the intensity of the normal regular season?
Yeah, I think this break allowed me to get back right mentally. I think I wasn't especially after my mom passed, I wasn't in a great place. You know, I was just using basketball to kind of take my mind off of it. But now I think I done had my time to grieve and kind of accept the fact that, you know, she passed away. And I think now I'm at a better place mentally. Physically, I feel good. I feel, I mean, even during the break, I was doing little stuff like making sure, just stretching certain muscles, making sure I keep everything flexible, and just trying to do the best I could at working out. So coming back, I feel great, physically and mentally, and you know, I'm ready to go. You know, if we had a game tomorrow, I'll be ready. So when we get down to Orlando, you know, I'll be ready to go.
Hey, Derrick, Rod Walker with the Times-Picayune Advocate. And so I have two questions. The first I want to ask you just about playing without fans. How different would that be, and what type of adjustments, if any, do you have to make for that?
Yeah, they'll definitely be different. I mean, it'll be just like playing AAU ball again. I mean, I haven't played that since about 12 years, so I got to get back used to that. But it'll definitely be something different. Not having the crowd out there, not having the momentum of you know, when you make a big shot or a big play, and I mean, it'll definitely be different. But I think guys are kind of I mean, we already like kind of not pay attention to the crowd anyway when we doing the game, so it'll be different. But I think guys just go out there, do their job, not really worry about the fans or anything not being there, and we just have to adjust to it.
And my second question is sort of a follow-up on what someone asked earlier, but how confident are you that the NBA is going to be able to pull this off and, you know, finish this and finish the playoffs and everything?
I mean, I'm confident about it. I think, like I said before, I think they try their best to make something good out of a really tough situation right now. And, you know, I'm confident in what they're trying to do. I know a lot of guys probably don't feel that way, but, you know, I just look at it that way, man. Like, they giving us an opportunity to finish out the season and an opportunity to, on the business side, continue to, you know, make money. And, you know, they just trying to do the best they can, which I appreciate. And, you know, I just gonna go out there and just play as hard as I can and just appreciate the moment and really take advantage of it.